What happens when a studio tries to modernize a fairy tale classic and ends up erasing the very magic that made it timeless? Snow White, 2025, was supposed to be a bold reimagining of Disney's first animated feature. Instead, it became one of the most criticized live action remakes in recent memory. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why this movie flopped so hard at the box office, from casting controversies to marketing failures and Disney's deeper identity crisis. Let's start with the elephant in the room, Rachel Zegler. Even before the film hit theaters, the star of Snow White was making headlines for all the wrong reasons. In multiple interviews, she mocked the original film's romance, called the prince a stalker, and made it clear she didn't see the need for a love story. While Disney clearly aimed for a more independent version of Snow White, Zegler's tone came off as condescending to longtime fans. The backlash was swift. Clips of her interviews spread like wildfire online, racking up millions of views on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Twitter. For many, the star's attitude became a bigger headline than the movie itself, and it set the tone for the film's negative reception. But Zegler wasn't the only issue. The entire tone of the movie shifted drastically from the original. Instead of a whimsical tale about love and hope, this reboot leaned hard into modern messaging, turning Snow White into a fearless solo adventurer who didn't need a prince or anyone else. And while that kind of update I can work, it felt forced and disconnected from the source material. Some critics called it too woke, while others argued it didn't go far enough in redefining the story. It was stuck in a strange middle zone, trying to be bold and progressive, yet still appealing to a traditional Disney audience, and it ended up pleasing neither. Then came the Seven Dwarfs controversy. After actor Peter Dinklage criticized the original depiction, Disney decided to remove the dwarves entirely and replace them with a random group of magical creatures. Ironically, this decision backfired. Dwarfism advocacy groups pointed out that it removed acting opportunities for people with dwarfism, and fans were left wondering, if you take away the dwarves, is it even still Snow White? The backlash to this change only added more fuel to the fire. Marketing didn't help either. The trailers for Snow White lacked magic, excitement, or even basic nostalgia. Instead of iconic moments from the original, we got vague action scenes, a confused tone, and a bland visual palette. The color grading was dim, the stakes were unclear, and there was no emotional hook. The trailers failed to generate hype, and in the age of instant reactions, YouTube was flooded with breakdowns criticizing the film before it even premiered. It was clear Disney had no idea how to sell this movie. Another huge factor, Disney fatigue. Let's be honest. Snow White isn't alone in this failure. From The Marvels to Pinocchio to Indiana Jones 5, Disney has been on a cold streak. Audiences are tired of endless reboots, unnecessary sequels, and live-action remakes that don't respect their source material. And with so much mediocre content flooding Disney Plus, the once magical Disney brand is starting to lose its luster. There's no longer excitement for a new release, just skepticism. The financials speak for themselves. With a reported budget between $200 to $250 million, Snow White needed a massive global opening to succeed. But ticket sales fell flat, with both domestic and international numbers underwhelming. And with bad word of mouth and lukewarm reviews, any chance at a long box office run vanished. Even Disney's name couldn't save this one, proving that not even the Mouse House is immune to failure anymore. Another major problem was the film's lack of identity. Kids weren't interested. Many of them don't even know the original Snow White. Adults were turned off by all the changes and controversies. And Gen Z, they've moved on to other forms of storytelling. There was no clear audience for this movie. It felt like it was made for a focus group, not for real people. And that's why it never found its footing. The saddest part is, Snow White wasn't the problem. Disney was. The original story is still beloved around the world, but instead of embracing what made it magical, Disney tried to rewrite it completely without a clear vision. Meanwhile, other studios are thriving with nostalgia done right. Puss in Boots. The Last Wish was a hit. The Super Mario Bros. Movie broke